Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Thank you so much for joining us for Library Tea Time, where information is always brewing. I'm Brandy, and this is my sidekick, Mandy. Library Tea Time is sponsored by the Montgomery County Memorial Library System, Friends of the Library Groups. Thank you, friends, for all you do.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I know last month we celebrated National Friends Week, National Friends of the Library Week, and it was really great.
Yes.
We appreciate them. All right, so our guests for today's show are from our George and Cynthia Woods Mitchell Library in the Woodlands. Welcome, Shelly and Trevor.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome.
Shelly is a children's librarian over at Mitchell, and Trevor, you are a reference librarian, correct?
I am, yes.
Awesome. So let's start off. Shelly, what do you do in the children's department?
Oh, it would be easier to ask me what I do not do.
There you go.
No, seriously, I'm the third supervisor over our building and over everything children's related. I think some days they would just like to, instead of calling me the children's librarian, just call me the ringmaster of the circus during the summer reading at least. But I'm in charge of the collection, in charge of the programming, supply orders, just all the fun stuff, anything kids related, or as we always joke, other duties as assigned.
Right.
And so I just kind of cover all that stuff.
Awesome. And how long have you been with MCMLS?
Oh, 28 years and a couple of months.
Wow.
So I am part of the original crew.
OG.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been with Mitchell since our kind of the opening design, helped with the open day collection and the design layout for the children's department. And of course, with 8 years at Central Library before that.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm old.
No, that's just impressive. I know I've seen pictures of you with George P. Mitchell
Yes.
when the branch opened.
Yes.
And that must have been quite an experience meeting him.
It was very nice that we actually had him at the library dedication, and then years later, when we did our family place library dedication, we had one of his granddaughters at that event, and so we've been very blessed to have the Mitchells involved with our library and everything.
Awesome.
Yes, he would be very proud.
Yeah.
Yes, we try to live up to the name.
You do.
Trevor, so tell me, what do you do as a reference librarian?
So if you come upstairs, I'm usually the person who's on the desk, help people find things. I am in charge of part of our collection there. I run our fiction book club there, and we just do, programming. I also do the Tunes at 2 program that we do live music once a month, the last Tuesday at 2 o'clock.
And what instrument do you play?
I play guitar.
Nice.
And our branch manager, Amber, she does piano and sometimes cello.
Very nice. Yeah. So, resident musicians at the Mitchell Library.
Wow.
Everybody make note.
Yeah, come see us.
And how long have you been with the system?
So, I've been at Mitchell for about 14 years. I've only been a reference librarian for 4. I started as a shelver there, then I was in Circ. I actually started, all I've pretty much ever done is work in libraries. Right out of high school in 2007, I started as a shelver over at Magnolia. And then I went to HCPL for a while and spent a couple years in Circ over at the Tomball Library. And then I wound up at Mitchell, and I've stayed there ever since because it's a really nice place to work.
It is.
It is.
He's not allowed to leave.
There you go.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your library. So it's located where?
We are actually located, what we'd say, the back of the Woodlands. So we cover a lot of the Woodlands, Magnolia, and then even a lot of Kirkendall. so we almost cross into Spring, Harris County direction. But we're probably 9-10 miles from I-45, so we're really back in there, very close to FM 2978.
Okay.
Everything.
Awesome. And you mentioned the second floor, so you guys have 2 floors
Yes.
at the library. The children's department's on the bottom,
Yes.
and circulation,
Yes.
where you could check out, and then the top is
It's
adult
all
and
adult services and young adult is
Okay.
up there too. Yeah.
Awesome. And how many staff members do you guys have? Do you know?
28, something like
28,
that.
Yeah,
That's
25, 28.
sounds
somewhere
right.
there.
Yeah, so that, a lot of people don't understand how many little busy bees it takes to run a library.
It really does.
Yes.
So that's shelvers, circulation, our librarians, our library assistants, our branch managers, assistant branch manager, all of that.
Yeah, people don't realize how much it really does take. You have patrons all the time come in like, oh, it must be so nice. You just get to read books all day. Like, no,
This is
no,
so
not really.
common
I
and so
wish.
wrong.
Yes.
That would be nice some days.
Right.
Wouldn't it?
No,
Wouldn't
yeah.
it?
And
I
if you
know.
do have to read a book for a book club or whatever, I don't know about y'all, but I'm the type of person, if somebody tells me I have to read it, I'm not going to read it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I often do find myself reading my book club books, a couple of days beforehand.
Yeah,
Right.
skimming through so you can, or Spark Notes. That's what I do sometimes for my book club.
But y'all
'cause
have so much programming at your branch, and it's so well attended that it's amazing that roughly 28 people can handle all of the work that there is to do, revolving around the programming and everything else, and just, the day-to-day of running a library. That's really, it speaks volumes. I don't like to say that, but I will, be no pun intended. But yes, it's amazing that 28 people can put on as many programs
Oh,
as
yeah,
you guys
a ton.
do.
Well, and you have to think, because we're like open to 8 o'clock at night. So
Yes.
you have part of your staff that are your night crew any given day. They don't come in till 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you have people sick, vacation. So
Yes.
you're never lucky enough where you have all 28. So you have to look at that. Some days you're like doing some of the programming on a skeleton crew, or Saturdays especially a skeleton crew, and that even makes it even more unique what we can get done even with a
Right.
knit or crew
Right.
sometimes. And
Well, you
everything.
guys are definitely a family over there,
Oh yes.
for
You
sure.
are.
So you have a computer lab. Yes, no?
We do.
Awesome. How many computers do you know?
15 or so maybe in there. And that is, we have a public computer section, which is actually on the floor, that is open to the public for them to use the internet or
Right.
print things. The computer lab itself is actually only used for if our IT guy is teaching classes in there, or our young adult librarian Sarah has a Girls Who Code program that she does in there
Okay.
once a week. So that's more what the computer lab is for. But yeah, we do have public access computers on the main floor upstairs.
Awesome. All right.
Wonderful. Yes. And they have the very special designation also as being a family place library.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yes.
We were the original. We were very lucky when the state library started getting involved with family place libraries and offering grants. Christine McNew was the children's coordinator for the state library, and she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, we're fixing to start this. We really think Montgomery County, y'all would be a great fit for this." Well, after talking to the director at the time, we were going through software changes. I think that's when we were changing over some of the card catalog stuff. And so our director, Jerry Lamb, then was like, we can't really do it this time. So we were like the second round of Texas libraries that applied for that grant and received one, and went through all the training. And I have done a few grants in my time, but trying to get that grant done was a lot of rewrites and rewrites, and I still owe a few favors for a few folks. I was going, hey, please just look over this. Tell me, what am I missing? Because I literally got to the point, you know how you'll read something and you've read it so many times that even if it's what you're seeing in front of you is not right, it looks right to you because you've read it too many times. But it was very exciting to get to do that, and it's just been great because we're bringing those resources to the families, and we've created an area that the kids and the families know that's their zone. I mean, like you see them sometime, I mean, like beeline from the front door in. They're like, shoo, and they feel comfortable in there.
Yeah.
And it's also been a great way for families to meet other families and kind of do like play dates and everything. And it just mixes real well with our story times and everything. Our story times have actually grown so much that we had to move out of the activity room and just move furniture and bookshelves to use the back of the room so we'd have more story time space. And so we've had to kind of do some adjusting for that. But that's a good problem to have.
Yes, yeah.
and
the best.
everything. Yes.
Yes.
We like those kind of problems and everything.
And it also shows that, people, a family place library, they feel at home coming there.
They feel at home, and we're, encouraging those early literacy skills, getting them back to playing with blocks and home
Yes.
center and baby dolls and not
Yeah.
all electronics.
Right.
More
Everything.
textural.
And so it's been a real neat experience in getting to grow that and everything.
That's awesome. So we have South County covered with our Mitchell Library, and then North County covered with our Metter Library as the family place
Yes.
library. And hopefully we can add to those, add to that and get some more of our libraries certified.
Yes.
As a family
It would
place
be very
library.
nice. I think a lot of the children's department have slowly added some of the toys and some of the concept. But it would be real nice to just get that certification.
Right,
and
right.
everything.
Well, and it helps with paying for it too.
Yes, it does. It
very
does.
much.
All right, so let's skip to our programs for November. You can access any of our event programs at countylibrary.org, and then you go to our events calendar, and it's gone through a bit of a facelift. So the colors have changed, the key has changed a little bit, but it's all in the name, in the way, in the means, I don't know, to make it easier for you to navigate. So countylibrary.org/events calendar.
Events calendar.
Yep, and you can find out what we're doing in the month of November.
Absolutely. The Kevin Brady Library is going to have an interesting program, y'all. They're going to have a program where they make life-size scarecrow drawings on November the 20th from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 5. So the way this program is going to work is with the help of a parent or a caregiver. Kiddos ages 6 through 12 will create a life-size scarecrow drawing on butcher paper, which they will then paint. And this is one of those fun programs that everybody wants to get in on. So make sure that when registration opens 1 week ahead of the actual program
Is it 1 or
date,
2 weeks? Do we know?
It's usually 1 week.
Oh, okay.
Make sure that you go ahead and register as soon as you know you're able to make it. The Stewart Library, which is in Montgomery, is also going to have a terrific program called Teen Crafter Noons. So this is something that it is system-wide as far as the Crafter Noon name or label. There's a lot of fun involved. They're going to be doing candy sushi on November the 6th from 3 until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And now this is a teen program that is open to ages 12 through 18. Mindy, have you ever sat in on a candy sushi program?
No.
How about you, Trevor?
No, I've never. I think we may have had one at our branch at one
sure.
point, but yeah, I was not
So,
involved in it.
like, I'm assuming it's sushi
Made with
candy
Made with
that looks like
candy.
sushi.
Yes,
A lot of
candy
times
it
they
looks like.
start with those Rice Krispies treats and make that like the base.
Like the rice. Yeah.
Exactly. So it looks like a rice cake, and
Some
well,
of
it
the
is.
fruit roll-ups.
Yeah,
Yes.
fruit roll-up.
Oh, okay.
That way they can slice them and make them into pretty flowers or whatever they're doing that day.
Roll them into different things.
Interesting.
They're fun programs.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So at our Metter library, they have a program called Library for All. Now, this program is predominantly for our patrons that need a little bit of help from their parents, our adult patrons that need help from caretakers. So Metter has really opened up this program for them, and I think it's great. They're going to make a squishy soap. So it's an adult program. Like I said, everybody who comes does need their caretaker with them, and they'll provide the materials for squishy soap.
Sounds like fun.
I don't know. And my hands are sweating thinking about it.
Squishy soap.
Okay. I'm sure it's going to be great.
I bet it will, actually.
Also, in our Magnolia library at Malcolm Purvis, they're going to do mahjong, which is like wildly popular in the
yes.
libraries.
Y'all have those programs over at the Mitchell branch, I bet.
Do you guys
We
have
do
mahjong?
not have a mahjong
You
program.
don't?
Really?
Oh my goodness.
We've discussed, none of us know how to play mahjong. But, while the Kevin Brady Library is being built and South was closed, we had Noelle from South over at our branch, and
That's what
she
I
did a
saw.
mahjong program,
Okay.
and it was insanely popular.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
I guess she did the Mandarin style. I guess there's an American style and a Mandarin style.
Oh.
There is, and it's spelt different. I learned that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
I'm not informed on this.
Apparently, it's
them's-
hard. It's not something you can just pick up. It's
Yeah.
hard to learn.
It's not like what you play on the computer
Yeah,
when you're bored.
That's just a matching game.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, oh, well, I can brush up really quick, but I guess that's not the case.
But that'll be November 21st from 10 a.m. to noon. And of course, that's for adults.
Oh, sounds terrific. So over at the Tullis branch, they're going to have a Day of the Dead program known as Dia de los Muertos. Boy, okay. On November the 1st. It'll be from 11 a.m. until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is available to all ages. This is absolutely partly sponsored by the League of Women Voters. And we are so proud to have that program in place. What they're going to do is they're going to color and decorate frames to put the photos of your departed loved ones in, which is very, very nice. They'll have masks also to color and to decorate, so you can take your picture wearing your mask in front of their mural that they're going to have set up there. And there will be crafts available for the very young, so it is all age inclusive.
Nice.
Yes. So then afterwards, they will continue the celebration. After finishing the craft, they will serve a piece of yummy pan de muerto, which is
Pan de muerto.
Well, you did it a lot better than me. Forgive. But that is basically translated a Mexican sweetbread. And I understand it is delicious. A lot of times they use a sweet orange and anise in it. So it sounds like kind of a wonderful flavor combination.
Very Christmassy.
And that's at the
Yes.
Tullis branch?
Yes, it will be at the Tullis branch November 1st from 11 until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, that's coming up pretty quick.
It is. It really is. And Central doesn't want to be left out, so they have really set up an incredible program. There's a book out there called The Ham, I want to say it, H-A-M, Ham, Grenade Holiday. And it was written by children's author Margaret Olivia McManus. And she's going to be over at the Central branch on November the 7th from at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It will be specifically for ages 6 through 11, and she's going to read and share this wonderful book. I think the story is something
Yeah, what is a
like
ham
this.
grenade?
That's why I said I wanted to spell it. A ham grenade. So apparently the synopsis is something like this. It's Thanksgiving time, and this family has bought a canned ham. And they decide to put it into the oven. And I guess they didn't remove it from the can
Oh,
first.
boy.
So it becomes a ham grenade inside that oven.
And this is a children's story?
It is a children's story. And so what happens is the family's trying to figure out, they're sharing their holiday with others from other countries. And now that the ham has exploded, they are wondering how they're going to convey what our, United States traditions are for Thanksgiving to share with all of their families from another country. So it should be quite entertaining.
Well, I don't know. I don't put ham in a microwave for my Thanksgiving.
Nobody said it was a microwave, Mandy. I think I envision, and I haven't read the book yet, but I envision somebody taking a canned ham and putting it into the oven without opening it first. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
That must be interesting.
Well, I wonder what the theme of the story is then. We'll have to go in there and watch it.
Stay tuned. We'll find out.
Okay, so our genealogy department, our Genealogy and Preservation Center, they have a book club. I think it's the first and third Tuesday. You know what? Go to countylibrary.org/events calendar and look for yourself.
Practice makes perfect.
It is, this book is A House Full of Darters, a memoir of 7 generations by Juliet Nicholson. They always pick a historical fiction or a historical nonfiction book, to do up there in genealogy. So interesting things. We had Michael last show.
Yes.
From genealogy. And he told us a lot about that program. All right. Now we're at Mitchell. What's happening at Mitchell?
Are you having a program?
And remember, we only have like 55 minutes in this show.
Yeah, I was trying to memorize all the programs we have, but I mean, you can see all the pages I have it printed out. It's
let's skim the top then.
Yeah, something about art roulette for adults.
We do, yeah. Art roulette is going to be Tuesday, November 18th at 1:30. It's a collaborative art experience where everyone will start out with the same fall-themed pre-drawn canvas.
Okay.
Participants will start and finish with the same piece, but in between they'll pass along their canvas so everyone in the room works on each piece. So registration is required for that program. The registrations do fill up very fast. So if you're interested in attending that, be sure to look out for the registration. I believe it opens. I don't know when it opens. It says on the events calendar when it opens, but yeah, probably about a week beforehand.
Okay. Awesome. That sounds fun.
It does sound fun.
That does sound fun.
And even though, correct me if I'm wrong, but even though you are registering for these programs, they are always free.
Yes.
Always free.
She had to stick it in there, Richard.
Every episode, I've got to say free.
Goodness.
Shelly, you got some programs happening?
Yeah, we're going to kick off November the 1st with National Family Literacy Day. And Saturday, we're going to do a real special story time with one of our community partners, HEB Creekside. They're coming out, and we're doing a special story time. And, of course, Buddy will be out, their mascot, and you can take pictures with him.
The HE Buddy himself.
Yeah. He visits the library quite often. We're very lucky that we haven't scared him off yet.
Yes.
He keeps coming back. And then we'll move right into Children's Book Week on Monday. What is cool this year about Children's Book Week is Dave Pilkey has teamed up with the Children's Book Council and Every Child a Reader. And so this fall's Book Week celebration will have a Power Up with Reading theme, and it's going to be all centered around Dogman. So
everybody loves Dogman.
Most of our nearby school districts are off because of elections.
Yes.
So we're taking advantage of that. So 9:30 on Monday, I believe that is the 3rd, we'll kick off with the Dogman movie, do a family movie. Then Tuesday we'll have a special craft time kicking off about 9:30 with the Dogman theme. Of course, we will still have our regular family story time going on, but for some of our older kids that think they're too cool for the little guy's story time, we'll do some craft fun for them in the big room. Preteens will have a special preteen zone on Wednesday that we'll be doing some more Dogman themed crafts. So we're looking forward to that. We got some real neat things. Our reading book challenge for the month of November, we're going to let them anyone that submits their slips will get a chance. We'll have some special Dogman books will be given away, and so they'll have a chance of winning those if they want to put their slip in for that. And then, of course, some other options if they're not into Dogman. And then we got, let's see what else we got for November. We couldn't believe it. Toy Story is celebrating their 30th anniversary.
Oh,
I was like,
what?
I've always
Oh.
been feeling old,
Yeah,
but
that makes me feel
that
old.
really made me feel old.
Oh,
but
wow.
November the 22nd, it turns
Wow.
30. So we're going to kick off on Tuesday, November the 25th. We're going to do a family movie while everybody's out for the Thanksgiving break, and we'll rewatch Toy Story and
Aw.
celebrate that mild little anniversary, even though it makes me feel old and everything. And that's kind of our highlights for November. I also wanted to give a shout out because we did in October our 3rd year of Community Helpers Day.
Yes.
And we had
Yes.
another great turnout of that. We probably had 13 to 15 of our community partners inside doing an information fair. And it was just well received by the families. Outside, we had a touch-a-truck event. We especially have to give a shout out to Commissioner Wheeler, Precinct 3. He sent out part of his crews, and they brought out 2 of the big trucks. The kids went crazy
Oh, I
because
bet.
they
I
put them up
bet.
in the truck.
Oh,
They got all the air
goodness.
horns were going on.
Oh my goodness.
And they brought out the new truck that is for like their tree debris removal.
Oh.
So it's got this big arm claw thing on
Uh-huh.
it. So they were doing demonstrations of picking up the orange cones.
I see.
And of course, this was our first year. We had one of the mounted patrol. So we
Very
had the
good.
horse out there
Wow.
and fire truck, the sheriff's department, the ambulance. And so it was just a big
That's
hit.
awesome.
We always do it around one of the school October holidays. So we have
Sure.
the whole family out.
Sure, sure.
And so that was a lot of fun. But we love it. We work with a lot of our community partners, and it's neat when we a lot of times go to them, and so it's kind of fun with that one that we get to bring them into the building to meet with our patrons. So like I said, our HEB Creekside came out. We have the extension office out. The sheriff's department comes out to do the Amber cards, and it is just a wonderful event, and we keep getting a lot of good feedback from that. And so the kids had a lot of fun with. But like I said, this was the first year Precinct 3 came out, and they really stole the show outside, and because the kids really loved that machinery.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. I mean, that's some absolutely spectacular logistics bringing together
Yeah.
all of those entities.
And this is why we have 28 people.
Yes,
Yes.
I know, but stellar job.
Yes,
y'all.
absolutely.
Well, like I said,
Really.
it's something that is one of the things that we partner with the Woodlands Township, and they've helped put that together, help us get all the resources pulled and everything. And so they just make it a very easy, smooth. Suzanne Martin over there just is a real benefit to our library and helps us out a lot. And so that's one of our partnerships that we continue to grow. And it's, like I said, we tried it the first year, and we had a lot of great feedback. So we're like, okay, we'll try it again. And it's just kind of grown from there and everything.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is a wonderful mutual partnership.
Yes.
Partnership.
Partnerships.
Partnerships are very important.
Yes, they
We
are.
need that, Richard. The word partnership with, sparkles.
Yes,
yes.
and stars around it
And
too.
I get, we were talking about November events, but I better give a sneak peek shout out. December,
Oh,
the big
Oh.
man,
Oh,
Santa will be visiting
Oh.
Mitchell.
oh my goodness.
Yes, we have him on the book, so we're going to kick off December the 9th, 4 to 6. We're going to have an open house at Mitchell. Like I said, Santa will be making an appearance for photos.
Good.
It should be a fun night. We'll have music and
Yep,
crafts.
we're going to be doing music.
That's
so.
exciting. Trevor's like, we're doing music.
yes.
Yeah, yes.
Those
Uh,
resident musicians.
And also, Lindsay Kaufman with State Farm is one of our neighbors, and that is one of our newer partnerships. She sponsored our refreshments for our anniversary event this summer, participated in our Community Helpers event, and they will also be sponsoring the refreshments for our holiday open house. So
Very nice.
we'll have a lot of good treats and snacks for that event besides getting your photos with Santa. But he will be there for our open house and then come back on December the 11th, and we will do a story time at 10 and 11.
Oh, that's nice.
And in between each story time, he'll be doing photos and everything.
Good.
But we try to bring him out twice, so that way if any of our school-age kids would like a photo with them or a family
Yeah.
picture, we can catch that during the open house. And then our little guys, then they get their story time. But we also do it separate from family story time because something about Santa and clowns, not everybody likes hanging out with
Yes,
them.
we've
Yes.
had this conversation, Mandy and I, about that.
Yeah, my
Yes.
youngest, she's not a fan.
Sometimes hit or miss.
She's 15 and she's still not a fan.
Sometimes the Easter Bunny too.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I always have to, I guess I better go on and make the statement that unfortunately Rudolph and the reindeer will not be at the library. They always get held up at the airport.
Yeah.
And they have
Oh.
to, we can't get them through, and so they won't, just Santa will be visiting.
Darn customs.
I know. Every year I get asked, where's Rudolph? We can't get him out of the airport, unfortunately.
Do you think it has anything to do with all the lollipops and candy canes they bring
Or all
along?
those jingle bells, something, you know. Yeah,
It's gonna be a good time. It'll be a fun time. All right. So for more events and programs offered at your local library, you can go to countylibrary.org/events calendar and check that out. I think let's take a short break.
All right.
And we'll be back with more library tea time.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gold Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket.
All right, welcome back to Library Tea Time, and it is probably my most favorite time.
Oh,
It is time for Brandy's Brain Buster. All right, what you got for us?
Okay, today it's a tough one. I'm hoping you know the answers. All right, can y'all tell me how many libraries are located in the entire United States?
That sounds like a reference question.
Oh, Trevor.
Trevor's on the spot.
Yeah.
Let's do this, Trevor.
yeah, give me multiple choice.
What resources would you use in order to find this information out?
I'm sure you could just Google it.
Well, okay.
Let me get 20,000.
How about you, Miss Shelly?
Is that high?
36,000?
Okay.
Richard.
Richard, what's your input?
Oh, he has the answer.
Oh, no.
He has the answer. And I know the answer.
You know the answer too?
Well, Brandy,
You're not supposed to know the answer, man.
you gave me the answer.
Okay. Well, who would like to provide the answer?
I'll do it.
Okay, do it.
Okay, so the answer. Okay, so when you say all kinds, that encompasses
Yes, it
public libraries.
academic, school, and special libraries as well.
Okay, so what do you mean about special libraries?
Special collections, like it could be, I don't know,
Like a law
Rare
library.
Right,
books,
law
archives.
libraries.
Right, archives. Okay,
Right,
So that's a
right.
lot. That's a big number.
It's huge because it's encompassing the entire United States. So
So it's over 100,000.
it is. It's actually 117,418 libraries of all kinds in the United States. And it includes all those groups.
That does not include home libraries.
That's true. Oh, that would
See,
be a
I
whole
wasn't
lot
thinking of
more.
all the- I was just thinking public
I was just thinking
libraries.
public, too.
Yeah,
Right.
I was only off by about 100,000, so. Pretty
Right.
close.
Just 100,000.
Doesn't
Special library. So that would, as we said, law libraries are included in that. What other types of special libraries are there?
Medical libraries.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Hadn't thought of that.
probably some of the oil companies, I would think.
Yeah.
Would have
Corporate libraries, probably.
everything.
Wow. So that's an awful lot, but
Yeah.
it's very reassuring because you can always find answers to whatever you're looking for, right?
Right.
Yes.
So obviously that doesn't count digital libraries, right?
Probably not.
Did you know? My son-in-law told me this, that in the game Minecraft, there's a library.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it's huge. And you could check out books.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. That's so incredible.
Yeah. It's insane. I don't play, but he told me about
So
it.
it's what, like ebooks that are you can
I think
read them,
so.
like, in the
Yeah,
game
that's-
or outside?
yeah.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
wild.
I'll find
Yeah,
out some more
I'll have to check
information.
that
I'll send
out.
it to you.
Boy, that developer definitely took it to heart.
I like that.
I do too, actually. Very
Okay,
clever.
so I'm going to do this because I actually have a book.
Well,
to
I
talk
have news
about.
for you, Mandy. I have one too. I just didn't tell you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So it's time for book talk. Are you guys reading anything? What you reading?
Well, got to start reading my book club book. It's The Lion Women of Tehran. I'm only a few pages into it, but it's like a book about friendship and kind of a coming of age story. But I just, for pleasure, just reread. It's a graphic novel series actually called Showa, which is the Japanese term for the entire reign of Emperor Hirohito. It's by a guy named Shigeru Mizuki, and it's 4 volumes. It's huge. It's a biographical work of his whole life, going from the 1920s up through the 1980s. And anybody who would give graphic novels a shot, I would highly recommend something like this. It's historical. It's really well done. He's an excellent storyteller. And don't think that graphic novels are just for kids or it's just comic books. He was a Japanese soldier during World War II, and his lived experiences are it's some mind-blowing stuff and very educational. It's the historical context of everything. So I just finished that, and it's the second time that I read it, and I rarely reread things, so I would highly recommend it.
That's awesome.
It is. Interesting.
Email me the title.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I really think Randall would like it. Yeah. That's my
yeah,
son-in-law.
you guys have it up at Central.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh, and they're coming home today.
Oh my goodness, he started something.
I might have to check it out for him.
Miss Shelley, what are you reading?
Well, right now I'm not reading any particular book. I did one on the Galveston storm, but right now we've been kind of on a rabbit hunt on some Montgomery County history. So I've been buried in a couple of the Montgomery County history books because the Heritage Museum posted a post about the town of Dacus, which sent my family 20 questioning me about, now where was this and where? So I've been down that rabbit hole right now, trying to reread some articles and trying to figure out where a couple of the schools was and stuff. And so that's been my book fun right now, between a few other things and everything. But I've been, besides that, reading, I can't think of the author right now, but I've been reading a couple of the books on the 1900 Galveston storm because I've read the one that Al Roker did a while
Isaac
back.
Storm.
Yeah, Isaac Storm a good while back. I did that one, but it's just real neat reading all the books on the Galveston storm because it's actually you can go down there and so you
Right.
can actually see some of the places that actually survived the storm, didn't survive and everything. I still haven't really wanted to go into the Walmart down there, but they say it's very haunted.
Oh,
The Haunted
Really?
Walmart.
Yeah.
Haunted
The haunted-
Walmart?
Yes, because the orphanage was
Oh my goodness.
on the site where the orphanage was, and so that is
Oh.
I can't. I want to say it was 20 children that the nuns actually tied themselves and the children all together, and they all perished.
I read this story.
And so there's many accounts that, like, especially if you're in Walmart late at night around 11 or midnight, like toys are moving and you can hear kids' voices.
Oh, wow.
So
You just gave me
a
chills.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
that's crazy.
haunts in Galveston, but that's one of the more famous ones. And
Yeah.
everything.
We're going to the Walmart, Shelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walmart gets crazy enough for me. I don't want to haunted Walmart. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that's okay.
Oh
Oh
man,
my goodness.
is that like on their tour, their ghost tour?
Yeah.
Probably. I hadn't looked and seen that.
That would
but
be
it should
interesting
be.
if it was.
It should be.
Because it's not too far from the Galvez, and the Galvez is
Isn't
known for their
For-
haunted
yes,
tours.
that's actually
Right.
very-
Right.
We'll have to look that up.
That's neat.
We'll have to be librarians and look it up. All right, Brandy, what you reading?
Well, so I can't mention like, brand names or anything like that, of course, but my daughter had gifted me over a year ago sort of like a subscription service where I am emailed, I should say, a question about my life. And you get one question a week, usually. I mean, that's the standard thing. You can get more, I understand, but she sent me one question a week. And so you're supposed to sort of like a diary, if you will, that you're keeping, but it's kept electronically. And so this company, what they do with these questions is at the end of a year, and I guess you could specify longer if you wanted to, but most people do a year. And it compiles all of the information. And then at the end of the time, if you want to upload some pictures or whatever, you can do that. And it actually mails you a book. But it's your own story.
I've heard about these. That's cool.
That would be very cool.
And so if all of you just Google some of that information, you can figure out who it is, but the company. But it's very interesting. And I'm going back and I am reading what I have written over the past year.
Oh,
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually recommend people doing it because it's a lot of fun. She gave it to me and her dad and her grandmother. So she's going to have 3 interesting books.
And chapter 22 is called Mandy.
Oh, that's it.
Mandy really
Mandy.
drove me nuts today.
Mandy and the radio show.
Chapter 22.
It's a lot of fun, and being that we are sort of in the holiday season here, it's certainly I received it very well as a gift, and so as I said, I can't say names, but you won't have any problem finding out what it is.
I've wanted to do the same for my parents because it's so easy to lose your family history.
It
You
is.
think after your grandparents go, well, wish I could have asked them this,
Yeah.
and all that's just.
I know.
Yeah, and then Shelly wouldn't be knee deep in
Exactly.
historical documents trying to
Well,
figure
it's
out
true.
things.
Well, it is very important for preserving family history, and I know, especially the 50s, 60s, well, I guess even before that, it drives me crazy because when you look back at some of our history, the wives were always addressed as Mrs. So-and-so. So, like, my grandmother was Mrs. Johnny Giesinger. So then now, when you're trying to do your family research and history, it is so hard to figure out. It's like, what was this woman's name?
Right.
Or what was her maiden name? And so it's sometimes kind of interesting. I love some of the old cookbooks and stuff because especially you get some of the organization old cookbooks and stuff. Besides laughing at it was lard and all this stuff that's really not good for you now.
It
But
tastes
it-
good, I'm sure.
Yes. Oh, it was a lot better cooking, but it's all this Mrs. So-and-so, and it's so interesting that they sign checks and everything that way. And so that always amazes me when I kind of get into the history. It's like, okay, what's their, we need to know more about them and their identity. And
Right.
everything.
Right.
And Miss Shelley, you have really deep roots in Montgomery County, don't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Both sides of the family. Actually, to Montgomery County being part of the Republic of Texas. I can tell y'all a funny story. I'll tell y'all and our listeners. My great grandmother, Dora Giesinger Winslow, was one of the early antique dealers in the town of Montgomery, if not the first. And she was very well known, very famous because of her policy of no shorts in her store. She even had a big, huge, handwritten little sign on her door, and she sat at the door with her little money bag. And it didn't matter, small child, her family, whoever, you were not walking in that store in shorts. And she was pretty known about that, and some other stuff. But Lloyd Bridges one time was in April Sound for a tennis tournament, had heard about her store, shows up in his tennis shorts.
Of course he did.
He quickly got shooed off, and he had to go back out to the car and put a pair of pants on. And either some of the daughters or the granddaughters were in the store then, and they were like, "Mom, don't you know who that is?" And she's like, "I don't care." And a little stuck in her ways, little German lady. So there probably was a few German words there also. But it made the Conroe Courier because she turned Lloyd Bridges away. And
And
that
his
was like,
kneecaps.
yeah.
There you go.
And so she was, besides her cow walking through the store and not breaking no cut glass or nothing,
Wow, well behaved.
she was very famous for not allowing Lloyd into the store. And
That's hilarious.
Goodness, that is
That
a
is funny.
story. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. All right. So each show we want to feature a library resource that sweetens your tea because we drink sweet tea here.
So which one are we featuring? this
Well,
month?
last show we featured all of our genealogy resources. And so there's a ton of them, and you can access those at countylibrary.org. And this time, in honor of our children's librarian, we're going to feature Mrs. Humblebee's Academy. So we get this resource through Gale, and they provide it. And it's really cool. So it is basically for children ages 3 to 6, and it teaches you how to read phonics. It has lessons in math, science, social studies, art, music, social emotional learning. It's got STEM activities. It even has fitness activities. So you can just kind of put it on there. You have like a little avatar, and it kind of goes in these on this path, and then, kind of teaches you lessons. So it's really cool.
That sounds really cute. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
And you can get that through our databases on our website.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So you can go to our databases, our online resources, and then just click the M, and I think it'll take you to Mrs. Humblebee's Academy link, and then you can just do that. I've also provided a QR code, so you can just
very good.
scan it,
Makes it
and
easier.
that'll take you to it too.
Yeah.
Yay!
Very cool.
Yay, yes. So November is actually beginning November 1st and running all the way through the 30th is our Food for Fines program at the library. And this is a wonderfully successful program where we partner, here we go again, those wonderful community partnerships. Yes. This time with Montgomery County Food Bank. So what we do is we offer our patrons an opportunity, if they happen to have fines on their accounts, if they bring in a non-perishable food, they will knock off $2 off of your fines on your account.
So $2 per item.
$2 per item, yes. And again, please, nothing perishable. And,
Or expired.
or
or hams.
yeah.
Or hams.
No canned hams, please.
No, oh,
No, you could, I guess.
I don't know,
know.
Miss Shelly. We could experiment with that. But and oddly enough, we do need to mention that please do not place any donations you may have into the book drops.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that going wrong.
Yes, the book drops are for books.
They definitely are. But this is a super time to knock down or eliminate those fines on your account. And to make a great donation, especially during the holiday season, to the Montgomery County Food Bank.
Yeah, last year was like really successful.
It was unbelievable.
Brandy and I kept all of the food in our office.
Oh my God.
Yes, and at the last minute, we kept waiting and waiting. And we said, okay, we're getting so much, because we're over in the Central Library building is where our offices are. And so we kept getting things sent in the tubs, and we're like really, happy because the branches are filling up. So they're like, "Can we send this over to you?" And we'd say, "Sure." And so finally we called the food bank, and they said, "Yeah, sure, we'll come out. Do you think you have maybe a pallet's worth?" And we're like, "Yeah, maybe 2." And then guess what? That wasn't the end of it, because people were still donating and getting those fines, knocked down. And oh my gosh, we ended up, didn't we? Was it 3 times?
Oh, I think so.
I think it was, we had to make 3 calls to the food bank. And when they come, it's not like they just come over and take a couple bags worth. I mean, they bring a truck, like a box truck, and we filled it up. Well,
when they say a container, can you fill a container? It's one of those that like pumpkins are in, or watermelons
like
at the
that
grocery
size.
store.
Oh, okay.
And they
Like-
bring it like on a little pallet kind of thing. And you put everything you collected in there. And I do believe we filled at least 2.5, if not
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, we had food down the hall.
We did.
Yeah, it was a nice turnout last year.
It was. So these community partnerships, we value them so much, and we want to make sure that we have that opportunity to do that again.
Yeah. So what else is happening in November?
So actually, November is incredible. So let's see. Beginning November the 4th, Central Library will be the main location, the host location for Toys for Tots. That is our actual kickoff day. That is another wonderful community partnership that we have with the Marine Corps, right? That's
Yes.
who's doing that. And so all of our branches will receive a donation box from the Toys for Tots Foundation, and those will be collected all the way from November the 4th through December 15th. And then, of course, they pick those up and they distribute them to families that need extra toys.
Yeah.
So it's a super thing. Did you want to mention something about Veterans Day or Mission Hall?
Well, Mission Hall.
Mission Hall,
Brandy.
yes.
So at our central location, in our parking lot,
Yes.
beside the Veterans Memorial Park.
They've been working on it.
They have been building Mission Hall for quite some time. And it is almost time for it to open. November 8th will be its grand opening. We're going to be at an outreach. I'm really sad, though. I mean, I'm happy about the outreach, but I'm sad that I can't go to the opening of Mission Hall because, we've been waiting for it forever. And they just got up some canopies and they got the arch in, and they're doing so many things over there at that park. We're pretty excited to have some neighbors.
Yes.
So
been a
that's
while.
opening. But because it's opening on November 8th, we want to be respectful of the parking. And so we're going to close Central Library down.
Only Central, though, right?
Only Central on
Okay.
that day, November
That's
8th, to accommodate everybody who's going to go to that grand opening.
Yes. And you know what we also might want to mention?
What?
November the 8th and 9th is the Children's Festival called
Little Wood Fest.
Fest.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where we're going to be.
That's where we'll be. So we would love to just be in half and send half
Yes.
of the stage.
Yeah.
But we can't. But anyway,
And that's
that's
at the pavilion?
that is. It's at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion on the 8th and the 9th, but we will be out there on the 8th. So I wanted to make sure that I worked that in. Pardon me. And so speaking of closures and Veterans Day and all that good stuff, I want to mention, first of all, that all libraries this time, will be closed on Veterans Day, November the 11th.
Yes.
So that is one thing you might want to make note of. And in addition to that, our Thanksgiving holidays will be on November the 26th. All locations will close a little bit early at 5 o'clock. And then we will be closed for the Thanksgiving holidays on the 27th of November, 28th, and of course, Saturday the 29th.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we'll be back soon after that, and we hope that you'll join us at any of our locations.
Well, yeah, because when we come back, we're going straight into open house season.
Yes.
And that's where our partnerships. You know, we
Yes.
can invite our partners
Yes,
to
we
our
can.
open houses.
Yes.
Of course, all of our digital resources are available 24/7 at countylibrary.org.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming out today and spilling a little bit of library tea.
great, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for
The
For
best
it-
of guests.
yes, well, we can't say that because we've all had very great guests.
Well, they're all the best because they work for the
That's
library
right.
system.
No, but I've really enjoyed getting to know you both a little bit more. I'm the newest member of the MCMLS club. I think I've been here like 3 years. So it's nice to get to know people a little bit better.
It is. It always is. So our library friends provide additional funding for programs and events that take place throughout the entire year. Their generosity and volunteerism know no bounds. Thank you, friends, and make sure to visit one of your local county libraries for a free library card. Okay, folks, now go read.